Seems like Cam Newton has a lot to say with everything, so he's gonna expose the truth about what happens after you win a national championship.
I want to ask, what is the draft process for a potential number one pick in a national championship like Mendoza? Like, like you said something from the stream. You said, man, his life will not even be the same moving forward. But real quick synopsis from the time that the confetti fell to the time you walked across the stage. Yep. What is that like? What does that feel like? What does that look like?
Man, when that clock strikes 0, when I was in Glendale, Arizona, that was almost the ending moment of my college career as an amateur athlete. Because right after that, I went to Jay Leno in, it's either Jay Leno or some talk show in LA. And yeah, it just started the business.
The very next night you was on.
The very next, I didn't even travel back with the team. So I didn't get to experience like Toomer's Corner or everybody excited to kind of greet the players. It was like, I'm in LA. Like, I'm trying to find out what agent's going to represent me. I'm trying to find out what apparel company that I'm going to sign with. And then, yeah. It happens fast.
It's rolling.
And you got a 2 to 3 months time frame to get in the best shape of your life to be able to get ready to talk to these teams.
Did you stop just schooling at that moment?
Yeah.
And then you end up
back to school. What?
So after that game, it was like, man, I ain't seen another class. I ain't got no more work.
Well, the class was over around like Thanksgiving anyway.
Yeah.
So that was done. I was on my Carson Beck.
Your Carson Beck, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But for those couple of months, I was just chilling. It was just straight football. I knew I wasn't coming back. It was over with. Show me the money.
Yeah.
Huh? I need that, dummy. Got that. And then I went to San Diego to train. I left everybody. I changed my number. I went ghost, stealth mode.
Because your phone probably was crazy.
For sure.
And then you said, bro, I got to ditch this.
Bro, this is the biggest job interview of my life.
Who did you bring with you to San Diego?
My brother, CJ, and my dad.
So y'all three.
And we got it in.
Y'all got like an apartment out there and y'all just posted
Man, we had to rent a house. This was way before Airbnb. We rented a house for 3 months. And
did family come out and see y'all or just y'all three?
Yeah. We had my dad set everything up. And he ran it like a fine oil machine. We worked out twice a day. We had like a recovery day, but everything got speed training from a track guy, agility movement, strength training, like all those type of things, throwing, had receivers through George Whitfield. Like all those things the program was already set. It was just about touchdown and execute.
Yeah.
I think that's interesting because, oftentimes we think about winning a national championship or what happens in a national championship. I don't think we often think about immediately what happens next, especially if you're one of those top flight guys, a Heisman Trophy winner, and obviously in Cam Newton's regard, right? So I think that's super dope to hear about that. Now, I have 2 other interesting videos about Cam Newton and the national championship. I have a man who played against Cam Newton in the national championship. I think it's a legendary team. Obviously, this is Kenyon Barner, a part of this almost new era of Oregon football, right? This is when I really started watching college football. I feel like everybody that was a middle schooler was a Oregon fan because everybody loved their uniforms. So Kenyon Barner is definitely a legend in my world. But let's hear what he had to say about playing against Cam Newton, speaking to Johnny Manziel.
Down against Auburn and Cam Newton.
Shout out to Cam. You go back to being a little kid watching these games, you never think that's going to be you one day. Damn, I'm here. To be on that field with guys like Cam Newton and Nick Fairley, obviously you want to come out on top of that, but it don't always work out that way, but you'll never forget the experience of being there. Cam, when I got drafted to Carolina, we played in Arizona. We're out on the field, and middle of a play, Cam stops. Where was you standing there when the confetti fell? I was right there. I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying?
That is crazy, man. That's dope to see that graciousness. Now, I want to take you to a throwback because some people forget You know what I'm saying? Cam Newton is a JUCO demon too. So this is actually what's his name? Levante David, a legend in the game, explaining how he played Cam in the JUCO national championship. This is
You
crazy.
saw him in JUCO. He had to be one of the biggest dudes on the
Yeah, he was, man. He played at Blinn College.
Yeah.
I played at Fort Scott Community College. We played each other in a national championship, a game that we should have won, might I add. And we lost the game, a running clock, right? A running clock. We have to punt. So we run the clock down, but we didn't want to get a delay of game, so we wanted to keep the clock running. So we punted the ball, 20-something seconds left. The punter was told to kick the ball out of bounds. The ball went this way and curved right back in the middle of the field. And the guy made one cut, took it back for the touchdown, scored with 12 seconds left on the clock.
35, 20.
That's a crazy
Into the end zone, touchdown Freudnick. Unbelievable.
The sad part about that is I was supposed to be on punt team, but they took me off because I had to spy Cam Newton that game. So, yeah.
Well, I can tell you're over it.
Yeah, I'm over
I
it now.
can tell you're totally over it because you don't.
I'm over it now.
That's super crazy. So Cam Newton gets a JUCO championship off the back of an elite kick there. And just kind of giving Cam Newton his flowers, because I don't think people give Cam Newton his flowers. Again, after this, we're gonna I want to go through the statistics and the box score of the national championship game in which Auburn beat the Oregon Ducks in 2010, 2011, right? So on this day 50 years ago, Cam Newton, Auburn beat Oregon to win the national championship. Cam Newton is currently one of 9 quarterbacks to win the Heisman Trophy in a national championship in the season. And by the way, Cam Newton is the only athlete to win a national championship, a Heisman, Offensive Rookie of the Year, MVP. MVP. I already said Heisman. I said national championship, as well as a Rookie of the Year. Like he has one of the craziest. Like don't matter what athlete it is, he is one of the craziest, undoubtedly athletes. No excuse, no nothing, no ass, no left, no rights. One of the greatest to ever do it. So let's hear what he did in a very iconic bowl game. Shout out Darren Thomas, man. Darren Thomas played his heart out for Oregon. 27 for 40, 363 yards, 9.1 average, 2 tutters, but 2 interceptions. Not the greatest. Cam Newton, 20 for 34, 265, 7.8, 2 touchdowns, but also Cam Newton, 22 rushes for 64 yards. He only had 2.9. This is a real grinded out game. Michael Dyer, 22 carries for 143. That'll help get the people going. That'll help win a national championship. It's interesting to just look at it. LaMichael James, Kenyon Barner, and Darren Thomas. Obviously, Darren Thomas was getting sacked a lot, but Michael James, man, and Kenyon Barner, those are notorious names, but they couldn't get anything going on the run game. Obviously, this is a real deal SEC defense, man. They rushed for a total of 254 yards. Interior McCallum was averaging 7.8 yards. Cam Newton averaging 2.9. Just nasty, gritty SEC football there, where SEC champions, national champions, Heisman Trophy winner. Sad to see the Oregon Ducks go down like that, but that's how it went. Dope to go down memory lane and check out a nice national championship. Is there anything else y'all want me to talk about college football wise? Y'all let me know. Comment down below and we'll get to it. Y'all be great. We'll see you next time. Peace.